I want you to consider something. Stop beginning with the outside, the external, the disconnected from yourself. Begin from within. I say to you right now, before you attempt to change the circumstances, change the consciousness that you approach those circumstances with. Change the emotions you have about those circumstances. See the outcome. See the possibility. See the person you are becoming. What does this person look like? What types of emotions do they have? What does it feel like to be that person? Linger in that moment. Let that moment where you can both see and feel your new self be your guidepost. Not as a fantasy, but as direction. Say, I am wealthy. Then allow that statement to challenge everything within you that has been organized around scarcity. Say, I have more than enough, and begin looking for opportunities you were previously too afraid, too distracted, or too conditioned to see. Say, I am respected and valued, and begin carrying yourself according to that new knowledge. Say, everything works out for my highest good, and develop the courage to stop interpreting every temporary setback as evidence that your life is doomed. Say, I will not be overlooked, and begin becoming impossible to ignore, not through begging for recognition, but through developing your gifts, building your institutions, creating value, and becoming excellent at what you do. Say, I can have what I desire, and then ask yourself the practical question: what must I become capable of doing to bring that desire into existence? Imagination is not the end of creation. Imagination is the beginning of creation. An architect sees the building before the foundation is poured. The inventor sees the machine before it exists. The author sees the story before the first sentence is written. The entrepreneur sees the entire enterprise before the first dollar is ever earned. And the liberated person must be able to see freedom before freedom becomes their material condition. This is why control over your imagination matters. If someone else can determine what you believe is possible, then they don't have to physically imprison you. They only have to convince you that the prison is the entire world. They only have to convince you that your circumstances are permanent, that poverty is your identity, that dependence is normal, that obedience is a virtue, that ownership is for somebody else, and that power is outside of yourself, and that your dreams are unrealistic, that your imagination is childish. And once you believe any of these things, you begin policing your own possibilities. That is the deepest prison, the prison that requires no walls, a prison that guards live inside your own assumptions. But the moment you begin imagining another possibility, something changes. You have not necessarily changed the external world, not yet anyway, but you have changed the world of possibilities available to you. And once the range of possibilities inside of you expands, your choices expand. Your choices change your behavior. Your behavior changes your circumstances. Your circumstances changes your relationships. Your relationships change institutions. And institutions, they can change the world. So don't underestimate the image you carry in your mind. The life you are living today is the accumulated result of every yesterday's assumption. But tomorrow does not have to be a repetition of yesterday. You can introduce a new image. You can tell yourself a new story. You can conceive a new possibility. You can see yourself differently. And then you can begin moving in accordance with that vision. You see, change happens in 3 distinct phases. First is the consciousness, which is your inner vision, your emotions, and your knowingness. Then your conduct begins to change. You start to act differently. Lastly, your circumstances change. Your life-changing breakthrough comes. This is why I tell you to begin from within. Because the world you see is not the only world that can exist, and the person you have been is not the only person you can become. Your imagination is the workshop. Your consciousness is the blueprint. Your actions are the construction, and the life structure that you have is the building. So be careful what you repeatedly imagine. Be careful what you repeatedly tell yourself. Be careful what you accept as inevitable, because every time you say, "I could never," you are closing a door before you ever attempted to open it. And every time you say, "There must be another way," you create the possibility of looking for one. Don't just look at your circumstances. Look at the consciousness from which you have been approaching them. Ask yourself, what have I been assuming about myself? What have I been assuming about my future? What have I always assumed about money? What have I thought about love? What have I been assuming about power? And what have I been assuming about what is possible for me? Stop being afraid to believe in your own possibility, and then ask yourself, what do I imagine myself to be? Perhaps your next reality does not begin with something you can see. Perhaps it begins with something you can imagine. And perhaps the first step forward in changing your life is not in changing the world around you. Perhaps it is finally giving yourself permission to envision a world that is different from the one you were taught to accept. See it first, believe it is possible, then become the person capable of bringing it into existence. Begin from within and let your inner vision become the blueprint for the life you are determined to build.